So I really so far enjoyed the story so far in the book, and one of the characters that really stands out to me is Rodwin because he is blind and he is a servant to the girl, and I just think it's very interesting that at a young age you could have a servant even being blind, and how much the family really respects Rodwin for who he is and as a person. And I remember one point in the story, the mother said, or the aunt said, that you should always look out for Rodwin, even when you have money and he doesn't. You should always take God's will and always look out for him, even though he is your servant, which I thought was really cool. And it was just kind of interesting, like I said, that she is so young and she has a servant. It almost seems like their family came from a lot of money, is what the inference I am making from that. And another thing in the novel so far that I think is going to take off is religion and the concept of God and what the way religion plays roles in their lives. Because from what I've learned so far from the Syria class, or this class I'm taking, is that religion's a really big thing for the Syrians, and they take it very seriously. And they said that God always sees them and is always looking after them and sees everything they do, even when they're naked, when they make an agreement or a deal. I remember one point in the story so far, they made an agreement and they said, on the name of God, we're making this agreement, you can't break it. And they take it very seriously. And I kind of like look back and took a step back and really kind of try to understand it, because here in today's society, if someone makes some sort of promise like that on God in America, that doesn't have any validation. That sort of promise could get broken very easily. And it's very interesting that in Syria and in the novel that they take those agreements very, very seriously, and which is very, cool to see. And it'll probably, religion will be a bigger part of the story in the future. And I really enjoy the detail of the setting in the novel, and it really helps you picture everything going on. And I love the way they kind of express the scenery in the novel so far. And I'm curious to understand, more what goes on later in the book. But so far, as a brief introduction into the main characters and to Rodwin and what it's going to set as an outline for the remainder of the story.